So have a think about it like that. It's important that we as the humans advocate for our dogs, that we learn to manage our dogs, and that we learn to provide a quality of life for our dogs that keeps them safe. What's good, everyone? Just out here getting after it once again. You know what it is. Just got back from the gym, and I hope all you people out there are doing just the same, continuing on this journey to be able to create better individuals to give back to your dogs and your family units. Now, I wanted to jump on here and speak to you about the importance of being able to advocate for our dogs. Really, have a think about it. Why is it so important that we as the humans learn to advocate for our dogs? Let me give you a couple reasons. One, because we live in a man-made society. This man-made society is not made within the best interests for our dogs. Number two, when our dogs try to and do speak up for themselves and advocate for themselves, I hate to say it, but it usually comes with an array of different behavioural issues, a range of different behavioural issues, on one end of the spectrum all the way down to the other. Let me explain that to you. Our dogs are social and pack animals by nature. That means throughout an instinctual way of being, due to their genetic makeup, they run under social and pack hierarchy. Therefore, our dogs are naturally going to look up to us for guidance and direction before they act up on their own. So if we cannot fulfill that leadership role within a healthy manner, it's only natural for the dogs to try and take this leadership position for themselves. Because due to this hierarchical system that's within their genetic makeup, someone always has to have this position to control the situation and the environment. But if the dog is not cut out for this and that burden is too much for the dog is actually going to shut down worse than what the human is already exhibiting. On both ends of the spectrum there, you can see where there can be behavioural issues attached on the extremes of one end all the way down to the other and everything else in between. This is why I attach so much self-awareness and self-development content to this page, because to break that down quickly without going off topic, if I'm to give two humans the exact same recipe with the exact same tools, the results are going to vary depending on the quality of that individual, depending on the accountability that the individual can hold themselves responsible to. Really, have a think about it. So understanding this about dogs and understanding this about our personal conduct, whose end of the lead do you think should be really advocating for who? I believe that the human must be advocating for the dogs. We must learn how to communicate with our dogs in a way that nature intended. We must learn how to communicate with our dogs in a sense that creates clarity behind that communication. We must learn to provide a quality of life for our dogs that creates stability and balance. Because without this, there's only instability, there's only confusion, there's only more issues that are going to stem from what it is that we practice on our day-to-day and what it is that we practice when it comes to the interaction with our dogs. So really have a think about it. Don't you think it's unfair for the dog to just conduct its behavior behind what we want due to the lack of accountability that the human wants to take, due to the laziness of the human not wanting to take their dogs out and not wanting to provide a quality of life that gives them fulfillment within their own existence? How unfair would it be to expect our dogs to just behave without actually being able to provide clarity behind the communication that we share with them? We must respect the dog for what it is, that the dog is a dog. The dog is not a human. The dog does not understand human language, such as English, Spanish, Arabic, whatever it may be. They understand some vocal points. This is what dog training is. Sit, drop, stay, heel, whatever, watch them, whatever it is that you want to do and whatever the commands are that you want to use. The dog will learn an action to the command, but this is far from overall clarity behind the communication that we want to uphold with our dogs. To me, it's important that we must push for lifestyle fulfillment first and foremost, to be able to create clarity, to be able to create stability and balance within their existence. When we have a stable state of mind, then we can worry a lot about the different aspects of training and avenues of training that we want to go down. But at the end of the day, it's all about the quality of life that we provide for our dogs. Therefore, us being individuals that understand this and wanting what's best for our dogs, it's up to us to be able to advocate for our dogs. Because if you allow your dogs to speak up for themselves again, as I said, it usually comes with an array of different behavioral issues. So therefore, the accountability comes back onto the human. A human can communicate with another human a lot clearer than what a lot of our dogs can communicate to that other human. A lot of the time, and with the majority of people, the human just looks at the dog and sees the instabilities. And they blame the dog. Oh, the dog's this, the dog's that, the dog's aggressive, the dog's fearful. Not understanding or not looking towards what the underlying factors are, what the foundations are that are causing these behaviors out of the dogs. So have a think about it like that. It's important that we as the humans advocate for our dogs, that we learn to manage our dogs, and that we learn to provide a quality of life for our dogs that keeps them safe. Because if our dogs try and take that leadership position due to the human's incompetence, well, the dog becomes a very dominant, controlling, pushy type of animal, even possibly aggressive type of animal, doesn't it? And if it shuts down worse than the human, maybe a lot of fear-based issues that are attached to that, uncertainty, confusion, insecurities, whatever it may be. Both ends of the spectrum, these behavioral issues, these instabilities aren't good for anyone. It's not good for the human, nor is it good for the dog. So understand it for what it is. Advocate for your dogs. For the rest of the video, it's been a hot minute since I've done a bit of OB with some of my dogs, but I'm going to show you a little bit of training and obedience stuff that I've been playing around with my own animals. Alright, I hope that video can help. Think about it. Peace.